This is Team 5's presentation for Chipotle Mexican Grill from Management 5335. Presentation by Daniel Ramos,
Ashley Rico,
Amy Gonzalez,
Kyle Thomas,
Stephanie Garcia.
Chipotle was founded in 1993 by Steve Ellis, who was a graduate of the Culinary Institute of America. By 1998, Chipotle had grown to 16 locations within Colorado. Other than the food served at the restaurant itself, Chipotle may also be best known for its vision and mission. Their vision is food with integrity. Their commitment to finding the very best ingredients raised with respect for the animals, the environment, and the farmers.
Chipotle is also known for its organizational culture and restaurant experience by having a transparent view of the kitchen for guests to see the preparation of their food. In addition, they also established the Chipotle Cultivation Foundation as well.
So in terms of the financials, here's a common size balance sheet for comparing Chipotle to Panera Bread Company, which is one of their competitors, and the assets are pretty evenly distributed between the two companies in terms of the current assets, plant, property, and equipment, as well as the other assets. And then the current ratio between the two companies, however, does indicate major differences. Panera is right around the industry average. They're at 0.69, while Chipotle is at 1.85. This is a good sign, as it does show that Chipotle is highly capable of paying any of their short-term debt, which of course is something that you want within a company. If we take a look at the statement of cash flows between Chipotle and Panera Bread Company, we can calculate the total operating cash flow for both companies. So if you look at Panera is at 0.86, while Chipotle is at 1.24, which indicates that Chipotle is generating enough cash from their normal business activities to cover any of their current liabilities, which again is another good sign.
Beginning with Chipotle's current customer demographics, when it comes to the primary demographics for Chipotle, it would be the millennials. They make up 25% of today's population, and their purchasing power is increasing as they are settling into their careers. Chipotle is also looking to attract millennials as they eat out more than prior generations. Chipotle's business model is very attractive to millennials as they are becoming more health conscious and desire customization with their food choices. Along with being more health conscious, millennials are concerned with what is going into their food. They are looking for meals that are made using ingredients that are naturally sourced, such as being organic and non-GMO. Now looking at Chipotle's potential customers, Generation X is an afterthought for many companies since they make up a smaller portion of the population, but they actually have the greatest purchasing power and represent 23% of all restaurant visits. Generation X are more price sensitive than millennials, but they are also a health conscious population that desire foods and that are good for their health. They find value in a higher price meal if it is natural and healthy, such as that of Chipotle's food. Now we will analyze Chipotle's value chain. Looking at their support activities of Chipotle, in 2018, the company hired a new chief executive officer named Brian Nicole, who was to assist with marketing and IT. Chipotle is big on promoting from within and have a reward system in place to incentivize their employees to work harder. Chipotle's technology development activities focus on digital ordering innovations, which have helped to drive up sales for the company as they continue to be utilized by their customers. Looking at the procurement activities of the company, since the company is very selective with who they buy their ingredients from because of their high standards of quality, Chipotle has a minimal amount of approved suppliers. Now switching over to the primary activities of the value chain, inbound logistic activities at Chipotle would be that the company sources their ingredients from farms that are within a 350-mile radius of their restaurants. So this allows for fresher ingredients and lower transportation costs. The operation functions as it pertains to Chipotle would be that their transparency of the guest experience in their restaurants, and that can be seen with the open kitchen design, which allows for full visibility of operations. Outbound logistics occurs in restaurants as a final product of the company is made right before the customer. Digital ordering is also allowing for delivery services where the food is brought to the customer. Marketing and sales activities for Chipotle, they emphasize how their food is cultivated and grown with more concern for the environment and is done ethically, which in return creates higher quality food for their restaurants. The final activity of the value chain is service. Chipotle has been placing a greater emphasis on focusing their restaurant's operations and training towards enhancing the overall customer experience within the restaurant and increasing guest interaction even after the customer has received their food.
Porter's Five Forces is a model used by industries to analyze competition and to formulate strategies to maintain profitability. The rivalry among competing firms is the most powerful of the five forces. Examples of Chipotle's competition include Freebirds, Qdoba, Taco Bell, and Taco Cabana, since they offer similar food options. The potential development of substitute products is high due to the shift of consumer taste preferences for convenient, healthier, non-GMO foods. Companies are now offering pre-made healthy meals and are being purchased by those who want convenience and healthy. The potential entry of new competitors is moderate to high. The restaurant industry experiences a high turnover of new businesses, with many of them failing. Chipotle can maintain competitive advantage over new competitors if it can maintain its brand and retain loyal customers. The bargaining power of suppliers is high due to Chipotle's pledge of only selecting the highest quality ingredients for their products. Through the Local Growth Initiative, Chipotle works with local farmers. Creating partnerships with suppliers is an effective strategy for a win-win scenario. The bargaining power of consumers is high due to many competitors and substitutes. Chipotle offers a mobile rewards app and has partnered with online delivery to keep customers. These include DoorDash and Grubhub.
For the SWOT analysis, one of Chipotle's biggest strengths lies within their use of local ingredients. And so the ideology behind the ingredients that they actually use within their restaurants is the less distance the food has to travel, the better. Of course, there's a growing trend among today's consumers to make healthier food choices, even if that, might come at a slightly higher cost. But globally, the healthy food market is expected to reach over $1 trillion in 2018. So the focus on use of local ingredients and healthy ingredients is a huge advantage for Chipotle over their competitors. But this strength also leads to one of the biggest weaknesses for Chipotle, which is a limited amount of suppliers. It opens the door for a shortage of product if the ingredients they're supplied with either don't stand up to their quality, or if there's issue with the products, or if there's a shortage of ingredients. And this has occurred in the past for Chipotle in 2015. And with the already limited choices within their menu, Chipotle risks consumers taking their business elsewhere when this does happen. So one of the opportunities that they do have is to create new menu options. And so actually in 2017, they introduced queso to their menu, and it was a little bit of a rocky rollout initially. They made a few adjustments to the recipe, and it did result in a positive impact on sales. So it led to a 2% increase in the average order total and an overall sales increase of 0.9% within the fourth quarter of 2017. So seeing this is really evidence that management should continue to look for new ways to add to the menu options the customers are provided with.
Current strategic direction. Chipotle recently shifted to a new strategic direction with the appointment of a new CEO at the start of 2018. The new CEO, Brian Niccol, has expressed a growth-driven turnaround strategy. The CEO has summed this up with 5 key points of emphasis. 1. Becoming a more culturally relevant and engaging brand in order to grow love and loyalty. 2. Digitizing and modernizing the restaurant experience to be more convenient and enjoyable for customers. 3. Running great restaurants with great hospitality and throughput. 4. Being disciplined and focused to enhance the company's powerful economic model. And 5. Building a great supporting culture as Chipotle innovates and executes across digital, access, menu, and restaurant experience. The new CEO is employing a defensive and intensive strategy to carry out his vision for the company. He's utilizing a defensive strategy of retrenchment through divestiture, which he is allowing the organization to regroup through cost and asset reduction by selling the underperforming restaurants. He is also utilizing an intensive strategy of market penetration and product development. Market penetration will allow him to rebrand Chipotle and rebuild customer loyalty. Product development can be achieved by upgrading the menu offerings, incorporating new products, and implementing complementary technology to enhance the consumer experience. Our team's recommended key strategy and the current strategic direction of Chipotle are in alignment. Our team agrees with the current decisions being made by Chipotle. We would recommend an intensive strategy, which would call for the 3 pillars of product development, market penetration, and market development. Through product development, Chipotle could improve its current menu offerings and add complementary items to expand the menu. It could also take advantage of the increasing happy hour crowd that would draw more customers to Chipotle in off-peak hours. Product development would be effective because Chipotle has successful products that are in the maturity stage, and the industry has been characterized by technological developments and innovation. Through the second pillar of market penetration, Chipotle would rebrand its company to rebuild the customer loyalty that it lost through the food safety issues that has happened in the company. We believe that this would be an effective strategy because current markets are not saturated with the particular product, and the current consumers for Chipotle could be increased significantly. In the third pillar of market development, Chipotle would expand its newly rebranded restaurants and renovated menu offerings to new areas in the United States and even outside of the United States. We believe that market development will be an effective strategy because there are new unsaturated markets that exist, and Chipotle has already proven it can be successful at what it provides.
Based off Chipotle's current strategic direction and our team's recommendations, we have broken down an implementation plan to occur over a 3-year period. Areas of the business need to take during that 3-year period. For year 1, management and HR need to identify the underperforming stores and mark them for closure. This will free up greater funds for Chipotle as they will no longer need to subsidize these underperforming stores. In addition, the underperforming brands that Chipotle has invested in also should be sold off. In line with the strategy for market development, Chipotle should identify key locations to undergo a menu expansion and rebranding to help appeal to the happy hour crowd, as well as identify new geographical locations for expansion of restaurants. Marketing should increase advertising budget to launch new social media campaigns and create a loyalty rewards program to help incentivize customers to return to Chipotle. Operations and IT need to identify how to make the dining experience more digitally accessible for its customers. In year 2, management should finalize the restaurants that will undergo the rebranding expansion to help appeal to the new happy hour crowd. Marketing should continue to actively promote new menu items and the loyalty program by generating a joint campaign that incentivizes customers to engage in both the new menu items and in joining this new loyalty program. By year 3, management should examine the increased cost of new menu items, including alcoholic beverages, and see if the additional cost has resulted in the increased sales that merit the continuation and expansion of this strategy. Marketing should determine if the new marketing campaigns have resulted in increased social relevancy, as that is a key point for Chipotle. Our team firmly believes that if Chipotle continues its current strategic direction, follows the plan set out by its new CEO, as well as some of the recommendations here by our team, they will continue to have a strong economic stronghold within their market, in addition, be able to grow themselves within that market and expand to new markets, both locally within the U.S. and overseas. We feel Chipotle is a restaurant that has carved out a niche for itself within the fast casual dining segment and is a restaurant that will be around for the long haul. We thank you for your time.